Hello, everybody. Dr. Mark here. I'm super excited to be with my dear friend, Dr. Ruben Jimenez, and he is over in Mexico and doing amazing things. Dr. Ruben, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you, Dr. Ma. I'm very nervous to be here with you because maybe I didn't meet interview from a long time ago.
Well, then we are due. So I am so excited. I know that you are instrumental in bringing great seminars to your country of Mexico. So, what seminars are you currently working on? Because you bring in so many great speakers, and I'm privileged to be one of them. So, what are you working on right now, Doc?
Yeah, the people used to call me the doctor that brings American gringos to Mexico for
That
teaching
works. Hey,
something. But yeah,
absolutely.
well, we started this kind of project with IQ Mexico around 7 years ago, bringing we try to find maybe the best around the world to bring here in Mexico about chiropractic, other topics that could help the profession and grow up the profession here in Mexico. So we started the first time with Dr. Dan Lyons, with Dr. With Jim Chester, that is not a chiropractor, but he helped us a lot with bring more people here to Mexico first time, and with other doctors, and they come here to on a kind of seminar, uh, like Kairo Sushi or Dynamic Essential. We tried to mix some similar even here in Mexico. This is the maybe the idea that we have is that, for example, in I don't know, maybe when I saw the history about the Mark Zuckerberg or Bill Gates, they used to Bill Gates used to give some classes on Harvard, and Mark Zuckerberg reminds this in the movie about the autobiography that the best minds on the world used to make these kind of classes in Harvard. So I try to think what happened if we try to make this or the same for our university, so or for our country. So we started to find the best chiropractors around the world to bring here in Mexico, and we all contact for, when we started with Jim Chester, we were the key to contact this kind of doctors around the world because Jim Chester know everybody in this profession. So when I asked the favor to contact me with this kind of doctors, he really helped me to make this possible here in Mexico. So we uh, we have bring to Mexico dandelions. We help to bring to the university um, Arnamfur. We uh, we work with Minardi and Thompson technique. We help
Yes.
in other kind of events to bring here um, a Kefra Freilich in sacrooccipital technique. Dan Lajos Wingonstedt, other doctors from Central America, and
Yes.
other doctors from Europe. So I don't know exactly how many events we made here in Mexico. Maybe this year, I remember that when I started this year, I said, I don't want to make nothing, this years, but this inertia that the people knows that we brings a good events here in Mexico. They ask that what is the next event that maybe you will have here in Mexico. So I remember that Emmanuel tell me that about you, and I,
Yes.
I saw your videos and on YouTube, and I want to change maybe the topics because everything is about philosophy and art. Or maybe just a little about science, but we want to bring more people about business part of the profession because I know
Yes.
that the people needs to know more about this. And right now I'm trying to change this mindset of the chiropractors here in Mexico, and maybe try to give you like a context of this is because here in our profession there is not like an you cannot be like a specialist or something, like a pediatric or cardiologist, something like that. So
Right.
the people here in Mexico, I'm talking about the people that uh, is is practicing right now. They they want to be this kind of a specialist in something, but they think that maybe if you go maybe just one weekend, you are certified in something, So, and like I used to go to United States to get more education, and I know, for example, if you want to be an Augustine Fellowship, you need to maybe have 300 hours, 5 years practicing um, this technique, and then you
Hmm.
need to make research about this and publish an index research about this. So it's a lot
Yes.
of work. It's a lot of work, but the people here thinks or believe that when you go, for example, to the university's events or with our events, they are certificated. Maybe they are certified, but they are not. They don't have a certification.
Right.
So this is the maybe the next part of our project that we want to work with the doctors to bring right now programs. For example, we want to start this year planning the next year, and we will have uh, to to bring here to Mexico the LCP program, talking about philosophy that is all 1 year to study
Yes.
philosophy. And this is the first part of the program because if you want to be a DPH, so maybe you need to study 3 years more. So this is uh, the first plan that we have in the next year, and start programs. For example, with Constate when uh, we can study 100 hours, and you need to make an exam, and these people gonna certification for something like basic Constate practicer. And with SOT, we are planning maybe to bring the next year or maybe in 2028 the principal event that is Sourcey that the SOT used to make there in United States, but we want to bring the this principal event to Mexico for maybe 2028, maybe I don't know. So
Amazing.
see maybe and other we have the SOT how say this the chapter here in Mexico. So we used to have a lot of class about SOT with Carlos Gutierrez. We support that chapter here in Mexico. We try to make some programs with the university or just in collaboration with them. Maybe contact the doctors that maybe we used to bring here to Mexico
Hmm.
to these doctors go to the universities to share, with more
Yes.
people the the programs. So this is the part that we are in education with Aikido Mexico, and the other part is the clinics. So we have around 12. We have 8 into the Aikido Mexico group that and other 4 that they are for like we have a marketing agency, so we support these clinics with publicity and with administration services, and we may try to get better the internal process of the practice. So right now we are 12. We want to open a new office the next year. We are trying to make this different because when we started to make this space or offices here in Mexico, we want to make some places where the people can practice in the right way. No, just
Yes.
just with just chiropractic, nothing else. And right now we are making the same, but only to find people that they want to work with us, like associates, no like an employer, not like a yeah, like employers. So
Yes.
mm, we are right now 7 years working with this. We have a clear plan to be in 10 years working with this, and I think that some stuff or some things that we used to do is only like the stuff that need to happen here in Mexico, because we have three universities here in Mexico and they are very good universities here in Mexico, but I think that uh, they cannot make everything in the chiropractic profession. We are only
No,
three
definitely.
universities, so
Yes.
we need to continue with this work outside to the universities to offer this continuous education for the chiropractors, and we need to work with this mindset. I think that maybe this is the most important of this conversation, because for example, when I was everybody in my family is doctor, medical doctor, specialist in orthopedics, something like that. So the last weekend we are talking about it, that in our profession and in that profession, I think that the people needs to know that it's not enough to finish the university to be successful. They
Yeah.
need to continue with education, and they need to know, for example, if you really want to be an expert in chiropractic, you need to have the credentials to say that, to put that in your office, So you have to be in continuous education, and try to understand here in Mexico and in this profession, that if you want to be if you want to have a certification of something, whatever you want to be certificated, you need
Mhm.
to understand that you need a lot of work and time for make this possible, because in Mexico they don't have any constant certification doctor, anyone. We don't have any well, we have only two DPH doctors, only two from maybe
Mhm.
2000 graduates chiropractors. We don't
Right.
have Just we have two in basic SOT certificated doctors. So I think that we need to talk more about this with the new generation. That I think that our profession is very, you know, mm, grateful with us, because you study 6 years, 5 years, I don't know, maybe your country is different. But when
Mhm.
you go outside and you put your office, you're gonna have a good job. You're gonna get a lot of money that maybe you have never get before. And maybe you
Mhm.
can be the best seller, maybe you can be the best communicator, but you need to be the best doctor first. So to
Mhm.
be the best doctor, you need to study every year, all time. You have to be continuous in this part of the profession, and try to change maybe the topic that maybe you want to study. Maybe try to get four topics at the year. So maybe one philosophy, maybe the other in science, maybe the other in art, and then maybe other in business models, and how you run your business. But
Yes.
it's not like for example, maybe somebody take a seminar in this weekend and say, yeah, I'm expert in practical practice, and I say, really? Well, and they put this this in the publicity with the patient or whatever, and they say we are a specialist, or we're experts in something, and I say no, we are we are very younger and talking about profession here in Mexico. So I think that this is the way that we went wrong with chiropractic here in Mexico, that to read, yeah, maybe more seminars, maybe keep in contact with the doctors to bring here in Mexico, that with the university and all the stuff. But maybe the that's important right now is try to understand, try to say to the people that they have to understand that if we really want to grow up the level of our of the chiropractic here in Mexico, we need to bring more programs.
Sure.
Programs.
And that makes sense. And would you say that's the one of the missions of Aikido?
Aikido?
Yes. Tell me about Aikido. Is that something that you have founded and you're developing? What is the mission? What is the purpose and mission of Aikido?
Aikido, I founded in 2020, 2020, no, 20, yeah, 2020, on November 18, 2020, I found Aikido Mexico. Just like because I was try to find in my professional identity, because when I go out to the university and I put my
Mm.
first office, and I say, well, what I do really, because for example, when I want to put this publicity outside to the my window on that office, I say what I need to write there. For example,
Yeah,
I attend pain, and everything is about pain for me, neck pain, back pain, and all that stuff. And the kind of patient that comes for that office is about,
right.
I have a knee pain, so help me. And I say, what I need to do for this patient. So I remember that I bought like electro therapy stuff,
Uh-huh.
and
Yeah.
some solutions to put in the patients, strips for like a kinesiology tape, other kind of tapes, all that stuff. And I don't have the successful office that I imagine in my mind, and I don't feel, because I didn't know who I am like a professional.
Sure,
So
absolutely.
when I started to read, no, a principal. Well, when I start to read about philosophy,
Yes.
and I find some like a phrase, a little phrase, like a note in a book, and I say that really, I maybe that connect with me in this moment, and I put a post in my Facebook. The people say, "Oh, that sounds cool," and I
Yeah.
read more, and then I put the fan page on Facebook, IQ Mexico, to share all this stuff that I was reading in that time. That the only thing that I was making is try to find my identity profession. So when I talk with the doctor that I used to work in that time, they used to go to this kind of seminar like Kairosushi, Dynamic Essential, Principal Kairosushi, and they say that they enjoy to share with this kind of other chiropractors, that they have a better professional identity. So I share with him what I read, and he shared with me what he here and lives there in the United States in this event.
Yeah.
So we start to like appeal this new identity, a professional identity, and I got there for maybe 1 year, and the university uh, they invited me for speaking in an event in 2018. I go there, I talk about professional identity. I read some research about this topic in other profession, and I understand that this is like the angular stone for build a strong profession. And I want to know and learn more about this. So uh, just give me a second. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, ready. Sorry, that was my alarm for the interview. But I tell you
Yes.
that is 1 hour. We are back 1 hour. So and when was the COVID time, I remember that I need to come back here to Mexico, and I don't have any to do before try to know what's gonna happen if we wanna have to come back to the place where I am working, something like that. And somebody in Spain that read some posts that I put in Aikido fan page,
Yes.
he called me that time. He was Aaron Burth, and he tell me, well, you don't know me, but I know you for this, and I know that you are talking with Tobias Goncharov. That this was the first one doctor that I read some book about chiropractic. I mean, chiropractic talking about philosophy and other this kind of topics.
Right.
And he told me that we need to do something for that days to keep on mindset to the people in chiropractic. So I said, well, maybe what is your plan? And he said, maybe we need to make some kind of or like a seminar for some. And I say, well, okay, well, it's for free. Yeah, for free. Okay, perfect. So we make that first time. We have a lot of people because everybody was in their houses.
Yes.
Maybe I remember that in one of this session we have around 400 people connected.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure that anybody right now can make these numbers, but in that
I don't know. That's
well,
amazing.
yeah. So for example, in that time, everybody wants to know more about the this kind of classes that, and somebody starting to ask me how much I need to pay for the next, and I say, how much? This could be like a business, o sea, because I make for free and I make because I am yeah, looking for my my self identity. And I said, let me ask, I don't know. And I asked to Dr. Arenberg, and he tell me, yeah, you pay for the sum, you pay for Canva, maybe for stuff. So just ask for like a donation of $10 for everybody wants to give that and use for continue this. And I said, okay. And that's the way that we started with this. So the vision of this is changing around the with the time because
Yes.
yesterday I was talking with Carlos, that is my partner in the business, and I said when I started I used to put like a slogan that say together go further and stronger. But
Yes.
I'm pretty sure that I right now I'm sure that it's not together, it's whoever whatever wants to go with us,
Yes.
because there is many people right here in this profession that they don't want to be a chiropractor. They maybe are here for other reasons. Maybe these people, maybe they don't understand that our vocation or the reason that we why we are here is because we want to help others. So I don't know if this is good or bad, but I understand that the people maybe loves money, but maybe they don't know um, that this profession first is not business. These two hands, service and business. And for me, you have to be the balance into both, no? But I saw many times that the people see this like a just business model because they sell everything in their office, plants, pillows,
Yeah.
supplements, and other therapists. Like maybe they don't really are expert in that. So I really want to be in the same way that I used to be maybe when I started to build identity, and I think that I only be a chiropractor. I don't need nothing else. I know that I need
Right.
to learn abilities, no? I have to be or learn tools to keep my practice, to grow my practice. But I will not maybe be, like a accountant, like a count. Maybe I need to be like a lawyer. Maybe I need to be like a doctor or medical doctor. I mean, I
Yeah.
need to be, all that stuff. And the other is that not everybody have to be an entrepreneur
Right.
because
Yes.
they have to understand that the people needs places to work because they need to know when you go out to the university where I will start, no? Where I will to start to practice. Well, maybe I need to start to learn more about chiropractic because I don't have everything in university. Maybe I need to look and I need to find somebody like I really enjoy to work with them, with him, with
Hmm.
him, and maybe I need that for maybe 5 years, maybe for 10 years, and if I
Sure.
have the opportunity to grow up into that in that business, maybe well that's good for me. But I think that they need to understand really that it's not the best way to make this alone from the beginning because you are not prepared for that. You need to learn to somebody
Yeah.
that they know they know the how to make this.
Been successful. And I think you're doing a great job with it. You bring up so many good points, Ruben. Yes, not everybody is meant to be an entrepreneur. Like you, I have offices where people can come and work, and typically it has been commission, but I am open if people want to go to an hourly. I do like the commission better percentage because, like we've talked about, there's more incentive. But having that bridge between university and practice, and you're doing so many great things, and I love being a part of it because I love Mexico, I love chiropractic, and you're just doing so great. So let me ask you this as we close up this interview, give me your vision, give me your within the next 3 to 5 years, what are the things you see and what do you want to accomplish with all this that you're doing? So many great things. So many great things. That's a great hat, by the way, Ruben. You look very handsome. El Guapo.
El guapo.
Sí.
Well, maybe in next 3 or 5 years is bring more programs for the people that maybe is this new generation to understand that the continuous education is not about to go a seminar just one weekend and try to be and experience something.
Yes.
The other is that we have a really good community here in Mexico. For example, in your seminar, and maybe you can see that the people that is or was in your seminar, this we really try to be very involved
Yes.
into know who wants to go there, because we well you were teaching how sell. Maybe
Yes.
how is this with the profession into the values and all that stuff. But this is like a big gun. And if you give this gun to somebody that really understand only chiropractic like a business, this is so very dangerous. So
Right.
I think that our work is try to making do or try to keep doing this in the same vision. Try to
Yes.
understand that we have many targets into chiropractors, practitioners, students, new practitioners, new graduates, and we
Yes.
want to give them the education that really they need to grow up first, like a professionals, and then to build and grow up their business. You know?
Yes. Yes. I do. Yes. That's exactly right.
So we right now we were just a little different than in the beginnings because we understand that we really want to keep this recognition of the people that they say. If it's a seminar of 5 Kilo Mexico, it's a good seminar. We can go there with confidence that you will pay for, like a seminar, and you will receive a good info to bring to the office and put in practice. And
Yes.
I'm pretty sure, like for example, you can see that when I make the publicity for your event, anybody knows you here in Mexico. Maybe just 5 people, for the social media, but the people
Yes.
trust, yeah, the people trust in us. So it's like,
Yes.
if I said I will bring somebody, they know that I find somebody that is the best in something. So I
Yes.
bring him, and he will teach you this, and this is something that I'm pretty sure that's gonna help in your office the next Monday when you come
Yes.
back to the office. So I have a good team. Talking about the speakers that we are in the group with Akiro, like you, like Dan, like Minardi, like Kefra, like Carlos, like other close friends like Fur, like right now we are talking with the LCP, with CNOT, with other kind of dogs that when I want to ask something about this, it's like for example, if I want to find somebody expert in any topic, for example, I ask people like you, like Dan, like the other doctors, and I
Yes.
really appreciate that anybody say like I'm the best in everything. So they say I have a friend right now that is doing this, researching this, working with this, or for example, um, they have this kind of business model that is very successful in their office. So maybe you need to know him or to know her,
Right.
and
Yeah.
I work with them.
Yes, and I gotta say, as personally working with you, it was a first class experience. Everything went fantastic,
Thank you.
went even better than planned. And everybody who was in attendance was very attentive and they wanted to learn. And of course, getting the feedback, one of the things I want to do in the future is have more interaction while we're there and role playing. So I'm
Yeah.
going to tell you this right now. What you're doing is so necessary. It's so importante everywhere. And in doing this in your country, in your communities, I'm telling you, Mexico is going to make a statement to the world in chiropractic that you can practice
That's the plan.
in chiropractic and be very successful. And I'm so excited. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for what you're doing. And I'm excited for our friendship, Ruben, because this has been, for me, a great experience since we met the beginning of this year.
Thank you very much, Mark, because when I was in your event, some doctor comes to me, and I used to work with them with other events, and say, you know what? Tell me the last speaker that we worked together, and I say, what? You can see Ruben sitting, all time, and maybe you think that Ruben is doing nothing, but every time Ruben is doing something, and I say,
Yeah,
yeah, I'm sure.
that's
You only
exactly right.
see the results, but this is a big work that we make a lot of people. All my team, I'm really grateful with them, and I really enjoy that this can see or you can see this very simple, very easy, and it's easy when the people want to push together, to grow up the profession in Mexico. So I'm pretty sure that we're gonna keep doing this for many years. And I'm pretty sure
Yes.
to other thing. If we are not into into this, doing events, I know that gonna appear somebody better because the profession all time needs this, and I'm pretty sure that someone out there is mm, is ready to make this. So right now we are the option. I'm pretty sure, and I think that when we are not in this, I'm pretty sure that there is gonna be others. But this part.
It's because you're creating the leaders.
Yeah.
Leaders create more leaders. That's our legacy. And you're doing it, Ruben. So what you said, that is vision. That is vision because we're here for a short time and you are laying the foundation for others to build upon. So I applaud you. I know how busy you are. Thank you for this interview. And let's maybe have another interview in a couple months to
Okay.
see where you're going again. Because I know, just like your friend says, you're always doing something in chiropractic.
Yeah, of course. We are the next the close event is in October, in the beginning of October. Then we have other in November, and maybe we can talk about this maybe in December when you know.
Yes. Yes. So where can people reach you? Where can they find out about your seminars? What's the best place, whether it's a website or a contact?
Yeah, we have our website is Aikido is Aikido is with E, you know,
Yes.
Cairo is with Q, aikido.com. Maybe I can put this on the right there.
Please do. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
we have the fan page and on Facebook, and you can find me and contact directly if maybe you are, like a speaker or doctor or whatever you want to work with us in Mexico. In my personal profile, that is Ruben Jimenez, and maybe this is the best contact. And yeah, that's all. And you can ask me for
That's
my
no.
WhatsApp, and we can keep in contact.
Folks, this has been fantastic, my dear friend, Dr. Ruben Jimenez. And please check out aikido.com. And yes, look at these seminars coming up. They're amazing. And the chiropractors down there are fantastic. I've been talking about my experience since I came back.
Thank
Doc,
you.
you are doing great things. I'm so proud of you. Tell Manuel that I said hello and tell everybody because it was a great experience and I've been bragging about you all over Estados Unidos. So thank you,
Thank,
brother. And I look forward to talking with you soon.
thank you, Mark. I appreciate your opportunity to this interview. Thank you very much.
You're so welcome. And I'll be talking to you soon, Ruben. Keep up the great work, brother.
See you.
See you. Ciao.